Hey guys, so here is the directions for assignment number 3 for your research project, which is called an annotated bibliography, okay? So if you open up your overview slides, which I have posted below in this little assignment for today, okay? It takes you through that question thing, but if you go to that third slide, you'll see that you'll go into this overview, and that again is where you can find all of the dates and the due dates and everything. So again, here's assignment 1 that you have to have turned in, okay, in order for me to take anything else. Here's the assignment for assignment 2, which was your 300-word prospectus. So that has to be turned in order for me to accept assignment number 3. So here is the link for assignment number 3. So if we click on that, it's going to take me to another slideshow. We'll wait for it to load here. Okay, so this is the direction for how to create an annotated bibliography, and I will walk you through that as well, okay? This is taking forever to load. I apologize. There it goes. Okay. So this is just kind of your description here. What is an annotated bibliography? Okay, and so it is kind of a combination of a works cited page and a summary of what your articles are about. Okay, so throughout your research project, you are going to have to come up with multiple articles. Okay, and so you already should have 2 of them from when you did assignment number 2 with the CRAP test. And so you are allowed to use one of those articles for this assignment, but you do need to find a new one. And so what you're going to do is you're going to create the works cited entry, and I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. But you're also going to create a written summary of what the article kind of talks about, okay? So there are printed instructions here in this link if you want something a little bit more simplified in one place. Okay, this is the same thing that I'm going to go over. So I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to go to our next slide, and this is where we have the actual instructions, okay? So it says you are going to use one of the articles you collected from assignment 2, okay, from your CRAP test, and then you need one new resource from the Gale databases to complete this assignment, okay? And you're going to compile these in your bibliography. So each resource is going to need an entry, so you can't squish things together. So you are going to need the MLA citation, okay, so just like a works cited page. Usually in the database articles, it's at the bottom. Otherwise, I will show you how to use EasyBib for an article that's from the web. You will need to give a brief summary of the article. That should be 5 to 6 sentences in length and include one direct quotation and one paraphrase. And please make sure you cite them correctly, okay? Then the other piece to this written part is a 5 to 6 sentence piece where you're going to evaluate your article's relevance to your topic. So how will it be useful to your paper? How will it help you discuss the problem or the solutions to your particular topic? Okay, so each annotated bibliography entry should be 10 sentences minimum. So you do 5 sentences of a summary. What is your article about? And then 5 sentences. Why is this article going to help you? Okay. If we go on to our next page, this gives you some information about MLA. So you're going to create your MLA header with your last name and the page number in the right-hand corner. You're going to put your entries in alphabetical order according to the author's last name, or if there's no author, you're going to use that title, okay, the title. Then everything needs to be 12-point font, Times New Roman, and double spaced, okay? There is a video in your senior research module at the top where it's got MLA format help. There are videos that show you how to set this up, but I'll go through it as well. And then here is your final page, okay? I'll show you the example in a second, but please keep in mind that this assignment is going to be updated for every source that you collect. So once you do the 2 minimum to turn in this assignment on Monday the 31st, you will continue to update it as you go along and find new research for your paper, okay? So let's click on our annotated bibliography example. And you can see that up here we have the student's last name and a page number, okay? We have the student's information over here, so your first and last name, the class, my name, and the date that it's due, okay? Then you're going to title it Annotated Bibliography. And then if we look here, we have a works cited source. So we are using an article called Love Your Enemies. Okay, and so we set up this citation right here, just like any normal works cited page. So this came from the end of the database article. And then starting here, okay, we have our summary. Okay, so you can see that there's a few sentences here of what the article is about, and then our second paragraph here is where we start, why is this useful, okay? So that I will let you kind of look through, but basically in my summary, I'm explaining what civil rights is and how it gives a brief biography of Martin Luther King, okay? It talks about his key points in fighting towards racial equality and how the bus boycott was successful to their movement. And so it just goes through and gives a summary of what happened in the article. Then the other piece where we are going to explain how it's useful, I literally say the article is useful because it reflects the growing civil rights movement in the 1950s, okay? And this article is linked to a book, but it goes through and explains why that civil rights movement is important to equality, or to inspire or persuade people to express themselves, or how African American people gained rights to interact with white people when before they were segregated, okay? So the first half again is going to be summary. So this whole thing right here is summary, and then this piece down here at the bottom is explaining how is it going to help you with your problem or your solutions, okay? So that's the bibliography. Then I want to walk you through finding the articles using the database one more time. So I just went to independence.guhsd.org, okay? And so that is just the school website. I'm going to come right here to academics, and there's a drop-down menu. And when you click on Media Center Gateway, that is how you are going to find, Media Center Gateway, come on. That's where you're going to find all those databases, okay? And these are good scholarly databases. So here's the Gale Student Resources that I really, really like. There's also links here to the Glendale and Phoenix Public Libraries, okay? So if I click on Gale Student Resources, you have a whole bunch of stuff. It might ask you for your zip code. Again, the school zip code is 85303. So one of the good places that I like to go is Opposing Viewpoints. especially when you're looking for like solutions, because it does give you pros and cons to a lot of subjects. But the main one that we want to use is student resources in context right here. So I'm going to click out of some of these links, so hopefully my computer works a little bit faster. Okay, so it's going to ask me for the zip code for the school, 85303. I'm going to click log in. Okay, and I'm going to search for a topic that I said you guys can't do. So I'm going to do abortion. So you would just search your topic in the search bar, okay, pretty standard. And it is going to give you this kind of overview. This is not an article, okay? You want to scroll down a little bit and you've got some featured content, you've got references, biographies. Primary sources is like court cases, academic journals is a good place to be. Websites here. So I'm going to use one of these academic beautiful articles here. Okay, so all the space in between is water. I'm going to click on that, and here's my article. Okay, and like we said in the previous one, you can have it translate, you can change the font size, it will read to you. If you put it here in your drive, this is where you will it will load into your Google Drive, and then you can open it as a doc so you can do annotations. Okay, and then if you scroll down to the very bottom of the article, there should be, okay, if you notice it says MLA right here. We do not want APA, we want MLA right here. And so we have our citation right here. Okay, you can select that and you can paste that right into your doc for your annotated bibliography. So this is a good way to make sure that your citations are correct. And then you would do your summary and your explanation of how this is going to help your research below.